Hi everyone, how y'all doing? Hope all is well with you and 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 all of y'all. Okay, today's video is gonna be all about trucker essentials. I've actually been wanting to do this video for a while now, but you know, like, everything happens when it is supposed to, okay? Especially if you strongly believe that everything happens when it's supposed to. Everything happens when it's supposed to. There's a time and a place for everything. I will do my best to actually show you the majority, or a few, of the items that I will be stating that are essential to truckers. Also too, I did come prepared, okay? This video was very well planned out. I did what I was supposed to. I do have a list, which I will plug that out. I'm going to pull up my list and I will be saying every single item that is on this list. So please know that I did come prepared, okay? I did come prepared. We do have a couple lists here. There's one, part 2 of 1, 2, 3, kind of 4. So we kind of got 4 lists type thing. So the first list will be things that you should have in your vehicle, like lawfully, like legally, like police will come and get you if you ain't got it. And then the secondly will be, of course, in the vehicle things that you should have. Of course, everything you're gonna have is gonna be in the vehicle anyways, but you know what I'm saying. Second will be just the hygienic products, and then we're gonna touch on food, and then we have, we'll label that as other. Alright, so list number 1. In the vehicle, must have, police gonna get you if you ain't got it. Number 1, your driver's license. You need to have your driver's license on you, especially if you're operating a commercial vehicle. You need that driver's license on you, okay? In Canada, we call it an AZ license, but in America, they call it a CDL. Ultimately, it's the same thing. You need it. Have it at all times. Truck or no truck, have your license. Number 2 on that list, proof of insurance. Whether it's yours as an owner-operator or if you're working for a company, you need all that stuff with you, okay? Pretty much everything on this little list right here would, if you're working for a company, they're already going to be in like a binder anyways. But if you want to have it all over the place, that's your choice. But just know when whoever stops you, they want to see everything together. They don't want you shuffling, looking in your truck. Have it all together. Number 3, your vehicle registration. Okay? Have the vehicle registration. You need it. They need to make sure that you're even allowed to be on the road with that vehicle. So you better have it. Make sure everything is up to date as well. Number 4, your state permits for wherever you're going, wherever you're delivering to, wherever you're coming from. It doesn't matter. Make sure you have everything you need for that state. America has states. Canada has provinces. Number 5, you need to have your logs. Whether it's the physical logbook or electronic logs, you need to have your logs. Also, too, you do need to have 14 days worth of previous logs on your person with you. If not, if you do e-logs, you need to know how to transfer those logs to whichever officer stops you, God forbid. You need to know how to transfer those documents to them. One thing I do as a tip, I'll just let you guys know, the company I work for, we do e-logs, electronic, everything's on a tablet. Every 2 weeks, when after the 14-day period, I always transfer my logs to my email. So I basically have an entire folder in my email dedicated to just specific things as it relates to my job. So for my logs, I actually I also have a reminder on my phone as well that reminds me to do certain things. So I'll get that reminder on, let's say for example, a Thursday of that week, which marks from last Thursday to not the next, but the following after the next Thursday, which is a 14-day period. I transfer all my logs and I send them to my email, and I keep them all in a folder. At the end of the day, if for example, let's say it slipped your mind and you end up doing it 2 weeks in a row, it's completely fine, because you know what? That's still playing it safe. As long as you're not missing any days, you're good. Repeats are fine. When it comes to your logs and having them somewhere, repeats are fine. And last but not least on that list, you need to have any type of special certification for whatever it is that you're hauling. Perfect example would be hazmat. Did you know I was 1 month ago years old when I discovered that hazmat was just short form of saying hazardous material? What? Shame on you, girl. Girl, I know. Like, I don't know. I think I probably knew, but it just, I don't know, like, it just slipped my mind. I knew what it was for, like, any type of dangerous goods, hazmat, dangerous goods, but I never really processed in my head that hazmat, hazardous material. Wow. Shameful. I know. Stop it, please. All right, so list number 2, 2 of 1. All, like I said, all in the vehicle things, of course, you need them with you and where they're going to be in the vehicle. But number 1 on this list, safety high-vis vest or jacket. So to go the extra mile for you, I'm actually going to show what I've got, of course. So this is my high-vis jacket. I usually do wear this one with a sweater just for more insulation, because of course it's a jacket, you want to wear it in the colder months. But you know, for the warmer months, I actually don't have the vest in with me now. But I usually wear my vest. For example, if I'm wearing something a little more bulky and I don't really want to throw the jacket on either because I'm going to be hot or it's just going to be way too many layers, I'll throw the vest over whatever I'm wearing. For example, if I have like a really bulky winter jacket, I'm not going to want to throw this over my winter jacket. I'll just throw on the vest over that. But for the hotter months, well, you can still wear the vest in hotter months as well. But for the warmer months, I do actually have high-vis shirts. There's all types. I even have long sleeve ones. They're not in the truck with me, but I do have them for if, you know, in cases where I do need them. And this is another pretty one. Of course, if I want to feel extra womany, I put that one on to stand out even more. But what I actually want to invest in, I know I probably don't need it, but you know, you guys know I am Little Miss Extra. I want to invest in a bib. You know the bibs? Like the jumpsuits, one piece, you stick your legs in them like snow pants. I am going to invest in those. I feel like I should just have them. Like, why would I not have them? I should have them. So I'm going to get them. Stay tuned. Number 2. Emergency kit / first aid. So, you know, a first aid kit, everybody knows a first aid kit. You know, your bandages, your gauze, you got your isopropyl swabs, all that good stuff for if you get injured, you know, you get hurt, you get a little cut, a bit of blood, you gotta clean it up. You need that. Make sure that's in your truck. As well, a fire extinguisher. Please make sure your fire extinguisher is in your truck. Make sure that it is not expired. Make sure that, you know, the arrow is in the green. Green is what? Good. Another one of your emergency kit items. You need 3 triangles. Or flares. But make sure you have those. When I was getting my license, I don't know, the instructor, she was saying that, you know, they don't follow this rule anymore. But usually when you're, you know, somewhere like on the side of the highway, you're supposed to put out your triangles or your flares, and you set them up at 30, 60, and 90 meters apart. You may find, like, usually if a driver stops somewhere, they should have it out, but a lot of times they probably won't have it out. You know, like, there may be occasions where, you know, some people run them over, or they may forget them there, and then you see them broken on the side of the highway. Anyways, make sure you have them, and if you ever lose them, misplace them, destroy them, whatever, replace it. Replace every single one that you lost. Runner up to everything on that emergency list, a flashlight. Please invest in a nice LED flashlight. You can work with a normal flashlight. I would just recommend that you get an LED flashlight, because the brighter the better, especially when you're doing things at night, whether it's your inspection or you just gotta check something, you hear a sound, you want to investigate, get a LED flashlight. You know, especially to like for me, what I mainly use my flashlight for is just checking to see if my jaws are locked. So you get under the trailer here, about a little bit back there. Get out under the trailer and shine that light. Check if the jaws are locked. Number 4, a hammer. You need a hammer because you want to make sure all the tires sound the same when you thump the thump, the thump, the thump, 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 thump. Okay? And of course, you could use the hammer for other things too. Like sometimes maybe your trailer door handle might be giving problems and you might not have the strength. Me, I like to use my fist and just pop it down, but it's better to not injure yourself. So if you have to use your hammer to really secure it, go ahead. Next, gloves. Please make sure you have a minimum of 2 pairs of gloves. I believe I actually do have 3 pairs of gloves. 1 unused, 2 inside of my door. I find myself actually replacing my gloves ever so often because, you know, they either get really dirty, and like even if you throw them in the washer, you know, you don't really want to be putting them in the, you know, washer with your clothes, especially because of grease and just smell. And I find that the diesel smell when when you're fueling up, the diesel smell is kind of hard to get out of the gloves, I find. So I just toss them after a certain period of time. So I have gloves for when I'm pumping diesel. I have another pair of, like, you know, the thicker gloves, like for winter, like, you know, when it's really cold, those thicker ones. And then I have another pair of pretty much the same type of material I have for when I'm, you know, pumping fuel. Not gonna lie, I do find myself just grabbing the same ones that I fuel with. Like if I get fuel on them, I will like grab a Lysol wipes and wipe it off. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wipe it off with the gloves because there's like rubber on my gloves-ish. So it's easy to wipe them off. And yeah. And replace them as needed. Because those gloves ain't gonna last you too long. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, they could, but it depends what type of dirt and stains you're willing to tolerate and look at every day. Next, safety shoes, okay? You need steel toe, closed toe shoes. That's pretty much with any trucking company really, or any type of warehouse job, you know, of course they recommend that. I mean, you know, you're working in an environment with heavy equipment and stuff, you know, something could run over your foot or something could drop on your toes or something. You want to make sure that your feet are protected. Next, I highly recommend you keep a couple glad hand seals. So, you know, on the glad hand, you know, the little rubber in there, sometimes it gets bended up. For me, I don't understand why it's like that. I don't know what type of hard, vigorous work other drivers are doing for them to get caught up and twisted in there like that. But when I'm putting my glad hand on, or my airline on, the glad hand, I'm doing it nice and neat. I'm not just all over the place, okay? And if I see that, you know, if it's like stuck or like bent a little bit, twisted, folded, I obviously go in, I undo it, just so that there's no problems with, you know, like the air being transferred from, you know, the line to the trailer or whatever. So if you see anything, just fix it. And if it's worn, torn, take it off, and because you have extras, put it on there. So this is an example of a glad hand seal. Of course, here it opens up here. That's where the air passes through. I have 2 sets, and luckily I've never had to use them as yet, but like I said, they're always good to have these extra things with you just in case of an emergency. Ooh, now for my favorite one on the list, because I just want to show mine off so bad, because I never get to use it anymore. My truck literally has a kingpin release button, so I never get to use my pin puller anymore. So the guy who actually made this, I actually reached out to him because when I started at my last company, because we were switching trucks every day, it was slip seating. I'm like, I really don't want to have to carry a long stick with me every single where I go, because we already have to switch trucks and I don't want to be carrying a bunch of that stuff. So I said, you know what? They must have invented like some retractable pin puller. Luckily I did my research, and what do you know? I'm so happy. So this is my retractable pin puller, and so this is what it looked like. This is what it looked like. This is what it looks like. There's a rubber here to stop it. Push that on, and there you go. So I was so happy when I found it online. I had to reach out to him directly. He shipped it to me, and we lived happily ever after. Unfortunately, I don't get to use it now, like I said, but you need a pin puller. It doesn't have to be retractable. Don't look at me. I'm Little Miss Extra. We know. but you need a pin puller with you depending on what type of truck you have. Regardless if you have the button, still have one just in case, because sometimes the button can give some trouble and the air doesn't really release it. But yes, a pin puller. Next, you do need extra. From whatever's in the truck already, you need extra. I have about 6 bottles, not gonna lie, and I refill these bottles every time I go to headquarters, because we have like, just in our fuel bay, we have like everything. We have DEF, we have of course fuel, we have coolant, we have oil, we have windshield washer fluid, we have everything. So whenever I get to go to headquarters, I fill up all 6 bottles if they're all empty, and I put them back in my truck and on the road. Once they're done, repeat the cycle. So you need extra windshield washer fluid with you. You also need extra coolant, okay? Unless there's something wrong with your truck, which if there is, in that case you should get it fixed. Like you guys saw my breakdown video. Luckily I did have extra bottle, but then we still discovered that, you know, there was an issue. But have an extra bottle of coolant with you, because you just never know. Have it. As well as an extra bottle of oil, because things can happen. You need, and I would highly recommend you keep glass cleaner, Windex, and a squeegee. So this is a squeegee, and you wipe away. You know when you go to truck stops, they have those ones with the long stick, because obviously you can't reach the the windshield. But this is a little one, you know, if you want to do your side mirrors, that's what this is for. Keep it with you. These, like I said, these are not things that you're necessarily going to use all the time, but it's still important to have them with you, because... But this one I do use a good amount of time. And lastly on this list, a padlock. When I started working here, I think I heard something like, you know, when you cross the border, they don't really want your trailer to be open, like they want to see it sealed. I have a padlock with me for situations where if I'm coming back empty, you know, just playing it safe by putting the padlock on it to, you know, show that it's extra secure. Have a padlock, because you just never know. I mean, I have extra seals as well. Like, you know, if I go to places and they don't have seals, like we have our own seals. But I also have a padlock if, you know, if you need it. Get a padlock, keep it with you for your trailers. Just don't forget them on the trailers, please. Because that's a whole other issue. Right, now on the topic of hygiene. So, you know, of course, you're going to have whatever you want. You're going to have your shaver. You're going to have your this. You're going to have your that. You're going to have your moisturizer. You're going to have this. But the essential things that you should have, regardless of whatever. You should have, of course, clean clothes. Whatever. Maybe you get grease on your shirt and you don't want to walk around with a grease stain. You got to change your shirt. Don't get grease on your clothes. That stuff is not coming out. Number 2, shower slippers. I learned that lesson. Thank you very much to everybody in the comment section of my Get Ready With Me video. But I knew to have shower slippers, but I just didn't have them that day. And I don't know. It is what it is. But shower slippers. Please carry shower slippers with you. You don't want to be standing in those showers, because I hate to say it, but people are nasty. Okay? Have shower slippers with you for when you shower. Number 3, towels. Bring more than one towel, okay? Clean towels. Because honestly, I wouldn't recommend using truck stop towels, to be honest. I don't. Like, the only time I'll ever use them is if I don't want to put my bag on a certain surface, I may put my bag on top of that towel. Or, you know, if you want to stand on something, right? Like, example, if you don't have shower slippers. I've seen people say in the comments that, you know, if you don't have shower slippers, like, they take the towel and they stand on the towel. For me, like, I just feel bad doing that. I feel bad because I know other people use it on their body. Like, I can't do that, to be honest. I mean, I always keep my shower slippers with me, but as it relates to stepping on a towel that I know other people are using on their body, I'm not going to do that. That ain't right. So yes, keep your towels with you. Not to step on, to dry off with, or to shower with, your rags. Keep them with you, because you don't necessarily want to be using the ones that they have at the truck stop, because a lot of people go to the truck stops and a lot of them are using those towels. And if you can stomach that and you don't really care, I mean, by all means. But I would recommend you get towels. They don't have to be expensive Nautica towels, or just get towels. Number 4, wet wipes. Have wet wipes with you. As a woman, I need the wipes. I need wet wipes. Of course, yes, you can have like Lysol wipes to wipe surfaces, but for your own personal body, have wipes. Please have wipes with you. They are very important. I'll need to go into detail. Just have wipes with you. Thank you. So me, what I do, I get the big bags of wipes. I actually do have like you know those little pouches that you get, like you can put, like, you know, for example, if I could take some out of here and put them in there. I have a couple of those. I keep that, like, that small one in my vehicle, but because this is the truck, I keep the big bags with me of the wipes. Everyone is different. Everyone needs things for different reasons. So, all right. So to get into food, this list is not very long. I literally have only 3 items on this list because I'm not sitting here to tell you every single thing that you should have. I'm here to tell you the basic things that you should have with you, right? If push ever comes to shove, you know you have this with you. So number 1 on the food list would be water. I keep cases of water with me. I have a little storage area above there, above my microwave. If you watched my semi-truck setup video, you will know how my truck is set up in here. So microwave's here, storage up there. I have storage up there, but I never use that side. But I use this one for water, any type of beverage. And sometimes I'll take the waters out of the case just to, you know, really cram everything in there. But I'll put the case up there, and if I, you know, don't have enough space for anything else, I'll put any extra cases that I have of any type of beverage, I'll just put them on my top sleeper bunk. Number 2, vitamins. Okay, I'm gonna show you mine. These are my vitamins. I'm still looking for a better vitamin. I know. I feel like this is so childish of me to have gummy vitamins. Don't judge me, please. Please, please. But these are my vitamins. I am looking to upgrade to something better, honestly. I always say that I wish there was just one vitamin that could just tackle every single thing that I need. And just in that one vitamin. But unfortunately, you know, some people find themselves taking, like, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vitamins at a time for all different reasons. But these are my multivitamins. I do multivitamins. Of course, you know, if you get too much of something in anything, your body will just flush it out anyways. Yeah, on the hunt for better vitamins. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I don't think I took mine today. So number 3 on that list are non-perishable foods. I cannot stop you from eating what you want to eat, but like I said, these are emergency things to have just in case. So canned foods, whether you could have sweet corn, you could have soups, you could have, I don't know, just things that you can heat up, really. You may have those days where you're not near a grocery store, you aren't near a convenience store, you aren't near anything that you could purchase that's cooked. Even fast food places, you might not even be near any, right? So it's best to have those canned foods or those foods that you could either add water to it and heat it up and things like that. Alright, so this is my other list. That's the category, that's the title of this list, other. So on this list I have 2 things. I guess for this one I couldn't really think fast enough to jot down what I want or what I think you should. But on this list, number 1 would be your cooking equipment. So believe it or not, I actually do have a rice cooker with me. I've only ever used it one time. I think I've had it for about a month or 2. Yeah, about a month. This is my rice cooker. But honestly, I'm gonna take it out of the box because it's actually so big. For the price that I paid for it, it's 100% worth it, and it cooks it extremely fast. So this is my rice cooker. This is my head. This is the rice cooker. And I only paid, I think it was on sale. I only paid like $14. And honestly, it was so worth it. I don't use it because I either meal prep or, of course, occasionally buy things on the road. You can even get a crock pot. You can get a hot plate. Things that you can plug in and then do what you gotta do. Because believe it or not, a lot of truckers cook in their trucks. A lot of people cook in their trucks. They get their steak, they season it up, they throw it on a grill, or they have their microwave ovens and they make nuggets, they make wings. And I'm saying this because I've spoken to other drivers who have told me these things. I haven't done it. I haven't done those things that I just mentioned, but I've heard that they've done this. So this is my rice cooker. I've only used it one time. But I'm not going to return it because it was cheap and it could be very useful in the future. And the last thing on that list of those 2 items would have to be your, basically like your, let's say like your electronics, your technology. So me, being the vlogger that I am, I always have my, anything else? I obviously have my laptop with me. I usually just hotspot, you know, use the hotspot on my phone because I actually do have 100 gigs of data, thank God. So I just hotspot when I need to, do what I have to do on my computer, and yeah. Also, you can bring your iPad, you can bring your ebooks, you can bring whatever it is that you need to help you stay entertained. And that's me. I don't find myself getting too bored in the truck, so yeah. I mean, you're obviously going to have your phone as well. There are things to do on your phone. So yes, that is my list of things that you should have in your truck with you. If anybody believes there's anything else I might have missed, you know, if they want to add things, any recommendations, both for me and to all the other viewers and anyone who might, you know, go through the comments to see what anyone has to say, that would be greatly appreciated as well. Like I said, I'm learning as well, just as much as everybody else in the world. You learn something new every day. I don't know everything. I'm here only to share the knowledge that I have and also to learn from you guys as well. And yeah, thank you for watching, and you'll see me in the next video.